Chapter 5. Lineage Name. With a strap, I will strike those who do not know their name by their lineage when the time for punishment comes. Because the name of the lineage is the name of the family I assign to them. Anyone who has not passed on the name of their lineage to their son or daughter, or has broken the lineage by abandoning family, I will scourge with whips until the family decides it is enough. A person must know their lineage up to the 7th generation, and the family of their wife up to the 3rd generation. A holy person must know his lineage up to the 4th generation. When you harm another, it increases the weight of your balance. The damage caused by you and your family also adds to the weight of your balance. Harm done to you is not washed away by water, it is added to the balance of the offender and their family. Be cautious about hurting others. Do not worry when you are hurt. Not a single tear will go unpaid. In the world of tears, there is always support and help, but there is no time to reconsider offenses. Envy and family quarrels are inherited, and there is no time to calm them down. Envy over children turns into malice and remains with the family. The children suffer for the sins of their fathers. A restless, unsettled soul sends its questions into the space around, and when it does not receive answers, it makes mistakes. Mistakes do not become sins. A sin is when evil is done out of envy or from the great trust that was taken through deception. If there was deception, the sin will be transferred to the one who deceived. Overcoming oneself and avoiding a quarrel, a person opens a place for themselves in paradise. They remember me. They live with God. In a generation of constantly quarreling people, children are no longer born. For example, if a daughter cannot divide money with her mother, their family line ends. A mother who gives herself completely to her child makes herself hated by the child because she takes away their own right to be kind. The home teaches him to be strong and noble, and his deeds are added to his own savings. So why take from his savings? The person who robs another will, until the very end, rearrange their knees so that they are lashed by whips until the family of the person they robbed decides it is enough of the punishment. A man who has robbed another will rearrange his generations until the very end so that they lash him with whips, until the generation of the same kin that he robbed decides that he has had enough of the whipping. A man who has robbed another will rearrange his family branches until the very end so that they can lash him with whips, until the family branches of that kin that he has robbed decides that it has had enough of the whipping. People give a person their name, and people themselves choose, but I count people by the names of their lineages, and I assign the name of the lineage when I receive them. Because a name is a part, but a lineage is a whole. When a name becomes the name of a lineage, become the name of the lineage, by which I will judge all your deeds. I do not count people by any other names. I will separately tell who belongs to which lineage and why some people from one lineage end up in different ones. Where strength has not manifested, the lineage fades. It fades until a child in that family is born with what their lineage has given them. I tell you, who their father and mother are, it doesn't matter, but who their lineage is, and from whom they received their cocoon, that is the most important thing the child gets from their lineage. Let me say, from who I will pass the cocoon to them, that is who will be born. I know how to recognize the name of a lineage. However, few understand, because from 4 prophets, I count the lineage of prophets, from 5 lineages I count the lineages of the sword-bearers, and from 9 lineages, the most industrious. To the rest, I have assigned the role of workers, and others are assigned as healers. The most holy ones I do not count by lineage, they decide how they will find the light. I assign lineages separately to philosophers, traders, actors, and those who learn to hold the needle. I do not count poets or judges, and I do not count fools. But I do know one thing about beautiful people: if they are not beautiful in spirit, their body cannot be beautiful. Those I have appointed to be beautiful in body will also be beautiful in spirit. Geniuses are sent by the universe itself to help humanity progress. Geniuses appear where the lineage has accumulated wisdom and labor, where people know their place, and where they understand me. They understand how the world is arranged and why it is this way. These souls come together to bring geniuses for the family of the lineage, and the family of angels and family of cherubims, because there is no greater destiny than dedicating oneself to the service of both the good and the bad. As for the bad, I do not keep records, and I do not leave their deeds behind. They fade away, and the smelly space devours them. That is simply the way it is, and there is no other way. Why would people want to be bad? I do not know. It is because they lack peace in their souls, and they have their own malice. By the measures they apply to others, so shall I measure them. It is well known to the saints of what I wrote, and to the wise, and to the geniuses, and to the bright and perceptive, it is already clear. The firstborn child does not go on their own, they remain bound to the lineage's task. If the firstborn dies, the task passes to the second, and so on. But I will not be as strict in asking, and will treat him as I would an indifferent student, one who may not want to, but is able to learn. The third child will not be punished for the deeds of their lineage, but only for the deeds of their own family. Their family is just being born, and the third son becomes the founder of a new lineage, counting his family from himself, not from his forefathers. To whom I give a new thread, let them not break it. The third son is free from the filth of his family, either from happiness or misfortune, because his name will be a new name for the new lineage. The third daughter, if married, belongs to her husband's lineage, and her husband's family gives her a name. She cannot start a new lineage. Only the third son, before who all the sons were. Thus I have decreed. From the third son, the lineage begins its own thread, and the third son's name becomes the name of the lineage. The first two sons carry the father's name, the first daughters and the first grandsons from daughters carry the father's name, and the third daughter adds her deeds to her husband's family. That is how it is done, and that is how it is considered. Whether it is right or not, this is how I have laid it down. If an orphan is adopted, the mother who took the child gives them a name, if it was her will. If it is the father's will, the child attaches to the father's lineage. I give them the reins to lead his own thread. They work for their lineage and know their place. The lineage of adopted parents set the orphan's path. Without working, without understanding, without living a holy life, lonely people do not receive a father and mother into their thread. Lonely children who have lost their parents, forced to raise themselves, are attached to the family of their saints, and they send them their tribute, and open their hand over them, because they have no parents and no adopted ones. Do not accept prolonged assurances, and do not trust your thoughts to a friend, or your friend may envy you and take everything from you. Continue your lineage and support your children. I say, whoever does not continue their lineage, the guilt will fall upon their head. If someone is unmarried and has no children, then let him forgive me for not giving him other half, since his other half is in someone else, his other half is in himself. Let them also procreate, and I will give them everything that their other half failed to give them, and their children will be considered mine, each and every one of them I will call mine. Wherever there is a widow or widower, I will shelter their children. But sometimes, their lineage does not give them to me, and I cannot dispute that. In such cases, the responsibility for them lies with their lineage. If anyone offended anyone and did not marry, I will punish him with fire, and I will burn his house and scatter the ashes, and I will give his happiness to his child, and money, and joy. Most importantly, do not envy those who have children while you do not. You are not dead, and your lineage is not dead, only one branch of it is shorter. I say, while children are born in your lineage, you are not dead, and your branch will put down roots in your lineage. Do not divide yourself in your lineage, do not divide yourself in your wife's lineage. Do not complain and do not judge, because you chose your wife or husband, not I. I only assign husbands and wives to specific people, those whom they cannot bypass or lose. All others choose for themselves. If there is destiny, I will say this, there is no destiny and no predestined. Only force alone causes the family to be transferred to him. So, do not blame God, but yourself for choosing the wrong mate. A greedy husband must not be, for the family is given to serve it. Whoever does not make gifts to their couple, I will not give them, the misers, anything. May them sweat and bleed if they do not listen to me. The most important thing is children and their dreams. Let their dreams come true, let children be born, let the birds sing for them, and let their visions shine. A long life is given so that the child can express themselves, find their place, and show their strength. Strength, destiny, or life, all are one. But those that I have listed above do not obey me, but to the lineage and the actions of the lineage, and the actions of man. I'm just figuring it out. Whoever dedicates their deeds and faith to me, to them I am the chief ruler, and I decide whether to honor them or if they should wait a little longer. I say, not I, but actions decide what the human's destiny will be, and happiness is not decided by me, nor is sorrow, and the lineage. Faith in me will help, if someone asks for help. But if they do not ask, their own strength will guide them, their chakras will be filled with power, and the whirlwind will spin them, and where it leads them, even I do not know. How many people I helped, but it all turned out wrong. How many I shouted, but they still did not hear me. How many I blew in the face, but they just blinked, it didn't turn out the way I judged. I say, don't believe it when you look and a speck of dust gets into your eye, you are looking in the wrong direction. Do not look or turn your head when you feel pain in your neck. If you stumble, do not go that way. Do not turn your back when someone is looking after you. Instead, go where it smells of apples, or hay, or roses, or something floral. Run, if you smell either droppings, or blood, or blubber. Trust your ancestors, for they knew how to choose, experience counts. Whoever lived well with their wife, take a wife like her. But if they lived poorly, do not welcome a wife like that, death and stench will enter your home. Before you, people already knew whom to choose and with whom to live. Be attentive and perceptive, for you choose a wife, not a trinket at a fair. A good deed is to meet your wife when you go to the morning or evening service. Such women are gentle at heart and cheerful in nature. But one who is fond of freebies, do not take her, there will be no love or delight with her. Achieve your desires only through acceptance, do not touch her until she touches you, do not nudge her with your elbow, and do not touch her with your hands. For the family, the girl chooses someone who is pleasant in appearance and behavior. Direct your actions to conversation and laughter, then she will see you. Make a vow to yourself not to touch the girl for 100 days. After 100 days, offer yourself to her boldly and take her, and see if she feels right for you. Do not touch her lips for 13 days, so that the devil does not outpace you, and gaze gently into her eyes, and do not dare to be jealous. Once the 100 days have passed, consider yourself braver and more confident. Desire will come naturally once you start living as a family. Let joy come to her as well, she will look at you more cheerfully. Do not trust red lips or a meek look, because girls deceive when they look down at the ground. Instead, look at their posture, because you should not distort your own lineage. But if the crooked one appeals to you, do not fear, your body cannot naturally become crooked. Just body deformation cannot make her unattractive. The most important thing is to look for signs on her body, whether the devil has twisted her form. The sign is whether her body tilts to the north or south. If it tilts to the north, send her for a ritual, if to the south, send her for an exorcism. Do not take the beautiful one if she does not appeal to you. Even if she is beautiful, she will not look right next to you. Like doves or swans, a couple should look harmonious. Just as a tiger and a deer, a boar and a buffalo, and an old one and a young one will not get along. This is my word. To whom it is spoken, to whom it is given, and I will not repeat it to anyone else. Whoever the wind has blown to, I have also brought a cloud, look at the cloud, and you will see the face of your beloved. An old or fickle person should not be accepted, and chase away the miser. A quick one is also not for you if you are slow. A mate is waiting for anyone, unless otherwise destined for him by God himself. Do not spread your feathers, because your own mate may not recognize you, while others will pounce on them. Then you will have to run from yourself for a long time. I know everything, but that knowledge cannot be corrected. Do not resist what you think is your work, and do not run away from judgment, do not betray, do not enter a house without a master, and do not create obstacles for others. I will not hold the floor or the ceiling if you place the house crookedly. Lay the right path for yourself and build a strong house, and remember me. Do not miss your happiness. Do not rush in choosing a husband. Do not build where there is emptiness, do not accept until he agrees, do not give, do not lose, do not count, do not guess, do not ask, do not torture yourself. Just put a cross on him. If after that, he does not come, blow and say, thank you. Where he has gone. There is his destiny. But what is mine? He shall not marry. Let help be his.